For the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And I'm Paul James.
And this is For the Players, the PopCulturists PlayStation Podcast. With over 50 years of playing PlayStation and like 25 years in that games media combined, we'd like to thank you for joining us in this PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens every Tuesday morning on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you'd like to join us in future conversations, you can. Come check out our socials, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, X. Those links can be found in the description below.
If you want to join us as the conversation happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopculturists, where you can watch and record this show live, where you can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can. Tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation pod. If you are listening to this on podcast services, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and a written review. Watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I endeavor to answer every single comment. And if you want to support us financially, you can at patreon.com/thepopculturists. We're back, boys. Happy New Year.
Yeah, you can feel the excitement.
Yeah. Woo, woo. Sorry, I was like, it's one of those things where I've got to get back in the motions of it all, as I'm sure you are. Like, even today, I was like, oh, man, wait, Sunday. Fuck, I've got to record tonight. I have to then suddenly remember what's happened over the last amount of weeks, remember how to do... Actually, thankfully, the spiel is done after, 421 times of doing it. Thankfully, that's crammed into my head. I didn't have to think, second guess that. But like how to do the timestamps, I had to jigger a new camera. Like it was a bit of a hot mess to get it back up and running. But either way, I am very glad to be back. Very glad to be chatting with you both. Max, you're sitting there just watching, being quiet.
Yeah, sorry, I can hear kids screaming in the background.
Oh, so your dad mode switched in for a sec.
Ali's on duty at the moment. Ollie's been almost to the point where he's cutting out his day naps.
Ooh, okay.
So sometimes he like falls asleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because he can't quite make it, and then he's staying up later and later and later. And because he's had Ali at home for so long, he's just really excited to hang out with Mum all the time. And he must have like this fear of missing out, that because Ali goes back to work tomorrow, that he's just been like, oh, Mum's gone again. So he's just trying to
savor every minute.
Yeah.
He's just been a fucking shadow for like 2 weeks. I think Ali's pretty excited to go back to work for a little bit and have some adult interaction. We'll see what happens though.
Well, I was gonna say, like, you know, I've not stopped working. I worked over the entire break. I didn't slow down. But Padge, like, you know, talking about, you know, keep us some adult interaction. You're about to do the opposite. You're about to go throw yourself into some more kid interaction with the new job, new school.
But I mean, right now I'm between jobs. I am not doing anything for my old school, and I can't really get started for my new one. So this is kind of a really pure school holidays for me, where I can't offer anything to anyone. And I could help my old school, but fuck them.
Is this the first like summer break in God knows how long we've not had to do some sort of work?
Yeah, the first one in 14 years.
How does it feel?
I've played a lot of video games. Like I've platinumed a few games. I've finished a bunch of others. I'm making plans for my next. What have we got? About 2.5 weeks before I'm back at it again. Yeah, and I'm just making a mockery of some different titles at the moment. It's good. It's real good.
Fantastic. Well, we can jump straight into that if we like, unless there's anything we want to talk about our break. Anything else that happened that's worth chatting about?
No, it was a pretty quiet, pretty tame one.
Yeah, so as I said, like for myself, I just kind of worked the whole way through. I didn't really slow down. Even New Year's Day, Christmas was nice. Did a couple Christmassy things. Went and did the big family Christmas at my dad's new place up in Ballarat. So that was cool. They kind of nicely set that up as sort of home for him, because my dad's a big family guy. So to not that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like for him to have the big family set up, very similar to yourself, Max, to have like, you know, the grandparents, the kids, everyone there, like it adds something different to the house and makes it something a bit crazy, which is lovely. But let's look, in that case, let's just jump straight into it because like this show is probably going to be a longie as it is. So let's just get into it. What have we been playing? Max, let's kick off with you first because I know Pad, you'll have a good stack.
So I haven't really been playing that much. As we all know, my computer fucking died right before Christmas break.
Well, fill us in a bit on that as well. Where are we at? Obviously, you're on your computer right now. That's a good sign.
Yeah, so computer's fixed. So basically, computer just kept crashing randomly. I checked the logs. They're like, "Hey, you're having critical CPU, like critical processing failures. To hardware issue. There's not much you can do about it." I'm like, "Oh, cool." Rang the place that I bought my computer from. They're like, "Oh, your computer's out of warranty. You'll have to pay us to test it." I'm like, "I don't need you to test it. I know what the problem is." And they're like, "Well, we won't fix anything unless we test it. So you have to pay us $180 to test it, and then we'll tell you what's wrong with it. And then all your parts are still covered under warranty." He's like, "Oh, left your computer on for 12 hours. No problems. Didn't crash a single time." And then all of a sudden, all the shit hit the fan. He's like, "I was just getting crashes constantly. Could barely boot the system. I think it's your RAM." I'm like, "It's not my RAM. Like, I don't. That's not the error message I was getting." He's like, "Well, I put test RAM in. I took your RAM out, put test RAM in, it ran fine."
I'm like,
And
"Yeah,
I'm like,
but
"Well,
didn't run fine
I'm
by a
like,
big stretch before it shit itself." So like,
I'm like, this is the error message I got." So I sent him a picture of the logs that I took, and he's like, "Oh, we should replace both your RAM and CPU then." He's like, "I will upgrade your CPU for free. We'll just give you a new CPU that's better." I'm like, "Cool, that sounds great." He's like, "But you'll have to buy a new RAM because your RAM doesn't exist anymore. We'll give you a refund for what you paid for your RAM, but you'll have to pay the difference." So I paid about $230 for my RAM back when it was, affordable.
Reasonably priced.
what a
I
day!
now have,
What a day
I
that
have,
was.
I now have random no-named RAM that I've never fucking heard of that cost me $350. So I had to pay $114 was the difference between the RAM costs. So on the day, they sent me a text message saying, "Hey, it's ready to be picked up." This was last week. It took them 3 weeks to find the issues and do all their stuff. So I rang the store and said, "Hey, just wanting to make sure that the store credit's been applied for my RAM refund." They're like, "Nah, it hasn't." I'm like, "Okay, put me through to the warranty team, so I'm not coming to pick it up if I have to pay $350 today to pick it up." So I spoke to the warranty team. They're like, "Yeah, we will make sure your refund's done today. Don't stress." I'm like, "Cool, that sounds great." I get there, go to pick up the computer, and the guy's like, "All right, that'll be $350, please." I'm like, "No, there should be a credit on the account for my RAM refund." He's like, "Oh, yep, sorry, I can see that here. They're going to refund you $115. I'm like, "That's also incorrect. I was told $230. So he called the warranty team, and they're like, "Oh no, that's what we paid for the RAM, so that's what we're refunding him." And the guy's like, "That's not how refunds work. You have to refund what the customer paid for the RAM, not what we purchased it for from our supplier. You can't refund them our cost price. You have to refund them their purchase price."
Purchase price.
It turns out this idiot's been doing it wrong for 5 years and ripping people off.
The amount of phone calls and like fix-ups they're gonna have to do they're gonna go back in the books and be like, "Hey, remember when you we refunded this thing 3 years ago? We do apologize. Here's your other $80."
So what should have been a quick
They
trip to
won't.
Sunshine and back?
No,
Yeah,
they
no,
won't.
there's no way
unless
that will-
unless there's a legal concern.
Yeah.
Go to,
Well,
go to
yeah,
the,
Max,
go to
Max
the
is
media,
putting him on
Max.
blast publicly now, so
Go to like Today Tonight. Go to Current Affair.
Haven't named their company.
Yeah, I will.
But what should have been a quick pickup? It took me 45 minutes of phone calls while I was standing there waiting, to grab my computer. But it's all fine now. It's all working, which is nice.
all we'll say is it's a very well-known computer place based in Sunshine. Max has already basically said all of this already.
That's Sunshine
so
Victoria, by the way. Just to clarify, in case there's other sunshines.
So yeah, that's all working well. So yeah, over the Christmas break, I didn't play much. I only had 7 days off, and I was sick for 5 of those 7 days.
Yeah, you were actually.
Ali's still sick. She tested positive for influenza A about a week and a half ago. She's been dying. The kids were sick over Christmas. It's just been a hot mess. But right before we broke for the year, Bandai Namco sent over Octopath Traveller 0 and Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. I haven't even touched Dragon Quest. I've just been playing Octopath. I'm about 30-ish hours
Sorry,
in.
Con. Like,
Yeah.
seeing as Max made me harass you for a long time about them, he hasn't even touched them.
I
Jesus
I
God.
just cannot put Octopath down.
Okay, well, all right, that's okay.
I'm
You
having
recovered
to
it. You fixed the landing.
the story is so much darker than I anticipated. Like it's
It's
crazy.
good shit.
So, you know, as Paul's mentioned in the last couple of episodes of last year, this game differs in the fact that you, instead of following each
8 different stories.
instead of following the different stories of all the characters that you can get, you follow the stories of the villains. You have one protagonist who is your character, and then you kind of recruit the random nameless NPCs as you go through. I finally have a full team of 8. I still haven't really mastered the backline frontline system yet, because you can only actually control 4 of the 8 at any given time, even though they're all in combat with you. But yeah, the story is kind of intense. And from what I've heard, this is like just the tip of the iceberg too.
Yeah, you're still in that initial trio of different
Yeah, so
villains.
I'm still doing chapter 2 for all 3 villains. I've done chapter 2 of one of them. I've spent a lot of my time exploring, opening up the map, so I can kind of just fast travel between the places when I
when
need
the time
to.
comes.
Because I am thoroughly over leveled for where I need to be at the moment, so I kind of just skip through. I just fast travel between the towns. I don't bother walking, purely because I don't need to. I don't need the random battle XP. I kind of just zip around.
I mean, the random encounters are really only good for the JP anyway, to get your job points and those sorts of things up. Even at the very end of the game, I was 10 to 15 levels over the recommended, and made pretty short work of the final boss in the end. I haven't gone for like the super intense super bosses and revisiting for the true ending, where things definitely escalate a little bit further. But
Yeah. Well,
but
see,
I found, to your point, I found I was well above what I needed to be every step of the way.
yeah, well, because I picked Merchant as my protagonist starting class, you get a skill really early that is you gain JP based on the damage you can deal in combat. So I don't even have a JP problem, because I just use that skill and I get hundreds. Really early on, I just power leveled a lot of my characters using that. Similar to, I think it was Octopath 1, where the dancer just had a skill that you could. I mean, it was all random, but you could get 1,000 times XP and JP from end of battle screens. So I spent a little time kind of just grinding for a little bit, building my town out, because I'm assuming some of the characters that you can unlock are locked behind rebuilding your town, that gets destroyed in the prologue of the story. But yeah, it is significantly darker than any Octopath before it.
So to clarify, when you say darker, obviously you're talking about tonally and from the story perspective, but
Yeah,
where is it more violent? Is it more adult? Is it more graphic? Like,
Both.
where are we?
all of the above.
Oh, okay.
all of the above. I mean, one in particular kind of stands out more than the others. I don't want to spoil too much. I know the game's been out for a while now, but
And also, it's the first trio of villains, and there's a lot to come. So, you're talking about August, right?
yeah,
Because you've mentioned that name in the chat a couple of times.
yeah. There's things with children, murder, torture. It's
Wow. Okay.
it's pretty intense. It is not your usual happy-go-lucky RPG teens to save the world type romp. So yeah,
Okay.
take that with a tackle that how you will. And yeah, but for the most part, other than how the story is structured, the game plays exactly how any other Octopath Traveller game has played. You spend your battles trying to break their shields so you can have as many turns as you possibly can before the enemies can react again. Yeah, it's so good. I'm loving that like the 2D pixelated, like 2.5D pixelated art style that they've been using. I think it works really well. it never feels dated or washed out, I guess.
No, HD 2D looks a treat.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying those the diorama style, artistic style of games. I think one of the new Dragon Quests have done it. It looks like
Yeah,
7's
7
doing it.
reimagined, yeah.
Yeah. It's just such a great art style because pixel art it tends to age really well, whereas that early polygonal stuff of the PS1 era feels dated.
Oh man,
comparatively.
So I can actually speak to that. So and it's not worth touching upon in like a big way, but just to sort of coincide with what you're saying. The other night I was sitting on the couch with Phoebe, and I was like, she's like, "Why don't you play a game?" I'm like, "Sure." So I just started flicking through stuff, and I still have installed the first Metal Gear Solid for like it was part of the collection.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I remember playing that
the
one."
PS3 collection. Or are you talking about? Like,
No, like the Vol 1 or whatever that
yeah.
you know that thankfully we got from 5-Star Games a little while ago. Yeah, so, well, let's jump into number 1. I haven't jumped in it in a while. Like I'm curious. Like I did when we got the original code, but I dicked about more in like Peace Walker and stuff. So yeah, booted it up, and it was one of those moments of, ooh, yeah, polygonal has not aged well at all. Like when you start, you come out of the water, you arrive at Shadow Moses, and like they get Solid Snake to do the big face reveal, and it's like really unimpressive because it's just fucking nothing. So then I jumped over to
body.
Yeah, I jumped over to there's these two flat surfaces coming into a point. But when I then booted up Snake Eater and he does the big head reveal, I'm like, that's a head reveal because I can see all the features. I'm like, damn, that's a good looking face. But yeah, what a absolute brutal comparison. Yeah, so yeah, pixel art most definitely has a better life than the original polygonal. And because even Phoebe said, she was like, man, I don't remember it looking like this. I'm like, no, none of us do, and that's the beauty of it. That's why like the PlayStation Classic wasn't as fun as it could have been.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think I made the example before, like how Final Fantasy Remake looks now is what Final Fantasy VII originally looked like to me. Playing that now, it's not look any.
It's fucking ugly.
It's fucking terrible. But yeah, it's all I've really been playing because I had my parents down over Christmas. I didn't really game much while they were here. So yeah, I haven't been doing much in the way of game.
I myself haven't been playing the most, and it's just mostly because I said similar to yourself. I've been working most of it. There is a game that you and I spent some time with, so we'll touch upon that in a second. But I need to address. I need to address this thing. So we discussed it at the back end of last year, but it is starting to become out of hand. What was an original idea of, you know what, maybe we should bring 2 Point Hospital into our lives, has so drastically become this all-consuming thing for Phoebe. She's
museum, you mean, right?
She's in museum. She's lost in museum. Yeah. Is in. She's up to the point now where in all the mission structures, whatever, you'd know this, Padge. A lot of it's like get 1 star here, go over to this museum, get 1 star here, and then blah blah blah. Now you need to get 2 stars everywhere. She's at the point where she's like, now you need to get 3 stars everywhere, sucked in. And watching how she plays and how I play has been so interesting, and like I would really like that. It's very similar to Ghost of Yota. I think it'd be a lot of fun when she wraps it through, Patch, even just to have a chat with you about it and see what like your experience is like. She somehow managed like this. It makes sense for her. So for those that don't know, my partner Phoebe, she's on previously on when she came to talk Ghost of Yota. Her day job is she's an architect, right? And prior to that, she was an interior designer. So games like this, The Sims, etc., just click that part of her brain and make it works. Watching her ability to build these museums in these relatively straightforward yet intricate and considered is way different to how I play. For me, it's like a lot of squares and a lot of like direct paths, and there's not a lot of pizzazz. But somehow she lays it out in such a way, sets the rooms up in interesting little direction. Even the beginning one where you walk in, it's the prehistory. It's established, like, I don't fuck with what the game gives me when I come in.
Yeah, I'm the same.
She was like, fuck that wall, and then completely changed it. And now, as we spoke last time, you may remember that I was like, oh my God, there's a whole other building over there. Thankfully, she's smarter than me and hasn't had that happen to her. So it's so impressive how much time she's put into it. Like, she's just clearing trophies as well, it's not even on my account anymore. I was smart and we're like,
I was going to say, I was just looking at PSN profiles and I'm like, oh, let's see how they're going. Hang on,
nah, it's not me.
She must be playing on her own profile.
Yeah, Phekova, Phekova. Hi, you just been doxed. Like, she's doing a really, 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 like, ripper job. She's not on PSN profile. She hasn't got that fancy pants, I don't yet think. But yeah, it's been really, really cool. And she certainly got into that trap of like, oh, just 5 more minutes. Oh, I'll just do this. Oh, I'll quickly move that. And yeah, she's put like the better part of 60 something hours into it, which is remarkable, right? But the fun part is now that she'll have her own trophies. She'll get her own end of year wrap up, just to remind her how much she's put into fucking 2 Point. But no, really good choice to bring that into our rotation. Speaking of that, Max.
Oh yeah, I can see her trophies.
You and I, we constantly have spoken about, we should come together and play these games. And we never do. And nor do we ever really find games that match both of us enough to want to really fuck with them. It seems like we may have a winner in Arc Raiders, though. So I don't remember when I picked it up, whether it was after the last show. I think it was, actually. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to buy it and we'll play it. And we'll put it on the PopC account and we'll do it together. It'll be awesome. I was just having such a good time with it on the PlayStation, and I was like, I want to play it on the PC. I think the mouse and keyboard would really help with all the menus and whatnot. Did that too. Thankfully, the one was paid with PopC money, one was paid with my money, and I got the other one like really honking cheap with the Steam sales. So for those that don't know, Arc Raiders is like who doesn't know? It's like the biggest multiplayer game at the moment. It's not a looter shooter. What's the term I'm looking for? It's an extraction shooter.
Extraction shooter.
Yeah, so it's an extraction shooter. The idea is that we are all living in this underground world, and in order to supply our world, our home, we need to get to the surface, rip it of all its shit, come back down, and repeat. For many, it's probably similar to like Tarkov, but for Max and I, the game mode that sort of got us primarily interested in the space was the Call of Duty DMZ a couple of years ago. It really tickled, like, I know it tickled your fancy, Max. It did for me as well, because for me, when it comes to like a multiplayer shooter, I don't give a fuck about kill death ratio. I don't care about just killing folks. For me, I like it being objective based, and we're coming in together and like, yeah, we'll run into other people, because by God, we've run into other people. But the objective is we're going to go in, we're going to do these things, and if we can extract without talking to anyone, brilliant. Like, I don't have to deal with other people. So I really enjoyed that part. But I know a big part of DMZ for you, Max, was ganking folks.
Yeah, that was my jam. To the point where we had like, it was 3-man squads, but we had a party of 6. So we would go around as a squad of 6, because you could make super squads by the end of it. You could they allowed you to party out with other squads, and we would just go hunting. We'd all get in a car. One guy'd be spotting everyone. I'd be sitting in the back with the javelin rocket launcher, just shooting missiles at people. That was our jam. And then they ruined it by being like, if you're too aggressive, we're gonna put bounties out on you, and bots are gonna hunt you incessantly. And then it just got ruined.
Killjoys.
Yeah, what a buttholes. Yeah. But interestingly enough, though, Arc Raiders, it doesn't benefit you to play it that way.
No, did you see the article they released the other day saying we
didn't.
don't have skill-based matchmaking? We have, what do they refer to it as? Basically, like, the more of an asshole and more aggressive you play, the more aggressive lobbies you'll be put in. So if you play as a pacifist and don't attack people, you're more likely to queue into other people that do not attack players.
Oh, that's nice. That's good, because I tend to use the pretty pacifist.
It's tailored based on your playstyle.
Correct. So if you're more into like the PvE and just getting in, just looting your stuff, killing the robots or the arcs that are on the level, and then leaving, you're less likely to run into players that are out to player kill.
Well, so like for us, so was it twice? I think we had like 2 proper, like, real good sit down sessions, and we had a lot of those interesting experiences. There was one where we were on the hunt for like olives and lemons or whatever, because the game has you just collect random shit, and that random shit then makes shit in the place. So we had to go find a cat bed, a dog collar, lemons, olives, and like whatever the cactus one was. It's just an excuse to go look at different maps. So we go in as the 3 of us. We're like, all right, we'll see what we've already done a couple rounds at this point. Where we did get into some fights. But like, we'll just see what happens. We rock up to the orchard in order to rip all these olives. We bump into some peeps, and we immediately get on edge because we just got shut the fuck up a minute ago. So we pair up, we take a shot, and then we immediately the mic's going like, whoa, no, we cool. So, and then it became a discussion of like, well, what do you guys need? Well, we're here for olives. What do you need? Well, we're here for this. And it became this, like, we stood in a circle and everyone was just like placing their shit down. We grabbed their shit and we all went, see ya, and we went our separate ways. And it was really fun, actually. It was hot. It was really intense for a second, but then it became really nice. Everyone was like, I was the only one with a hot mic. So, because you boys were playing on PlayStation, so I was sitting here on the computer. And yeah, so I was kind of the interrogator of the middle, and it was really kind of fun to be able to have that experience and then not just get our shit kicked in. But then what I've found is the most intense moments are kind of when you're going to escape. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. So
like shooting out, like colliding with people in the world is fun, but that's like because you still have to make it. It's not until you hit the button to go the extraction, sirens start going, arcs come in, and then everyone's like, oh, fuck, there's people here, let's go. And they might just gank you on the way out. But comparative to what you were saying earlier with the different play styles, the times I've played solo, I've had a very safe experience compared to playing in the trios with you.
That is not how I've experienced my solo gameplay.
Really? Oh, all right, tell me more.
So I was playing the other day solo, and I chose to go in with a free loadout. So I was supposed to, when you pick free loadout, you're supposed to be supplied with a gun, a shield, some meds. I get in there completely naked. It didn't give me anything. No gun, no shield, no nothing. So I'm running around. I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. If I die, I die. I'll get what loot I can. And then this guy comes up. He's like, hey, you friendly? I'm like, yeah, I'm friendly. I'm like, I've got nothing. And he's like, do you want to help me kill some arcs? I'm like, I would love to help you. I'm like, I'd love to help you kill some arcs, but it literally spawned me in with nothing. And he's like, well, what are you going to do then? I'm like, I'm just going to run around, loot what I can, and see how far I get. And he's like, you're not going to get very far. And then he just fucking lit me up because I couldn't help him kill arcs. I'm like, okay. And then he's standing there like, he's like, I'm going to loot you so good. I'm like, I literally have nothing. But whatever.
You know, the best part is that he is going to be so disappointed. He would have been so disappointed. Just absolutely butthurt.
And then like we had another, I think you were there for that one where we're doing the big matriarch boss.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like,
so for context, so in certain maps they do have like this big boss, right? In this case, it was very much like the big spider out of Wild Wild West, for a really simple example. So as you kind of come in, everyone's sort of coming in as teams, and everyone's just working together to take this fucking thing out. And like, it was a solid effort. Like, there would have been 9, 12 people. It was a lot of bodies.
Yeah, and then we get to the end where we're putting the last of the stuff in, so it will.
I died out like 20 minutes ago at this point.
And we get to the end where we're getting to the point where we have to just like put the batteries in, so all the loot will come up, so we can loot it. And this team of 2 rolls up. None of us have any ammo left because we've just been blasting this thing. These 2 guys rock up and kill everyone and take everyone's loot.
There was a lot of C words on the open mics. So that was fun. Yeah. Look, no, it's genuinely a fantastic game. Like, the objective base, as I said, like going in, having missions that are like go and do these things, and then on top of that, also just go and collect these things so you can upgrade your weapons tables, etc. Absolutely does it for me. It makes like the going in and doing the multiplayer stuff bearable. Where because I recognize that, but like Padge, you don't really like. We tried to fuck with, was it Rainbow Six Extraction a couple years ago, but I don't.
And look, Extraction I got right into, but no
Yeah.
one else came along for the ride, and I fell off.
It was fucking terrible.
Because it wasn't great.
It wasn't great. You'll hit what's
Marathon?
No, fuck Marathon.
Oh, fucking Marathon. Why not?
I'm gonna check it out.
What's that? The Division. You'll hit Division 3 hard, won't you?
Absolutely. Division 3, yeah.
Oh man, I think
Holy
that's the one game that all three of us have played at the same time, like from memory.
But at the same time, even when I played, Division 2, I didn't go to the Dark Zone. Like I didn't care about the Dark Zone. That's not the experience I was looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to play.
Which
It's
is
good
kind
fun.
of that survival.
Yeah.
Sorry, that extraction shooter.
So yeah, Arc Raiders in a lot of ways is very similar to the Dark Zone that I'm finding, but yeah, it's not as vicious, at least in the solo experiences that I've had. But pardon me, as Max said,
So Zill and I were playing the other night, and I didn't even notice this. So we had been, for most of the night, we'd been doing rat runs, so going in with nothing and just trying to get out with as much stuff as we could. And then we're like, we're getting bored of this. People keep shooting us. Let's go in with an actual loadout with weapons. And then we were one of the locations has a hospital, so we're in there getting supplies from the hospital. And Zill turns around, he's like, I think there's people below us extracting from the train station below the hospital. And I look down and you can see the orange light circling because the train's been called. And he's like, do you want to jack him? I'm like, you know what? I do. I'm sick of getting killed. We go down there, turn our flashlights off because everything's pitch black, and we just fucking light these fools up while they're waiting for the train. We steal all their shit, jump on the train that they called in and escaped.
see, like that's the one thing that I found within this game. Like hypocrisy is everywhere, and it's okay because we're all like, "Fuck." You know,
kill or be killed, Betson.
Yeah, there is nothing worse than when you get jacked up as you exit. You want to go jack people up before we exit? Like, it's like everyone has that moment. I was watching a good friend of ours, Jared, stream, and he had the exact same thing. He was like, "Fuck, good man, these pieces of shit come up. They just killed me and jacked all their shit." And then literally in the next match, I proceed to watch him jack some people and
Do the
take their
exact same
shit.
thing.
And I'm like, you already done the same thing. He's like, whoa, it's different.
Like I would never sit at an extraction and wait for people to attempt to extract.
Yeah.
But if I just happen upon them, like,
You can at least think about
Like
it.
I'll be aggressive if they're aggressive. If someone tries to fuck with me, like that's like I'll be a pacifist until I can't.
oh fuck it, I'll be Lando. I'll shoot first. I don't give a shit.
Lando, you be Han, you dickhead. But no,
Well,
Arc Raiders
the
is
next
fantastic.
30 to 40 years will be spent with people pondering: did Lando shoot first? Did Max shoot first?
But
I own Star Wars.
is this one of those fucking what are they called? The Mandela effects, where we've misremembered it was never Han at all. It was Lando the entire
I've never
time.
seen the movie, so I have no idea.
How have you never?
What?
Okay, you know.
Sorry, what?
Look, I just realized there's a bunch of things that I've never seen, probably will never see. So I tend to control that in. These
But there's
things.
also a million different edits of those
like
original
which
Star
one's
Wars
the right one,
movies.
all that
So
sort of stuff.
apparently, like the original, completely unedited version is returning to cinemas nice and soon. So that might be the opportunity for people to go and get that.
That'd be fun
I
to
looked
watch.
at my local theater's doing a 25th anniversary Lord of the Rings movie marathon on Saturday, and I went to buy tickets, and I'm like, only the front two rows are available. I'm not sitting in the front two rows for 14 fucking hours.
When you have them at
freaking-
your house.
Yeah, I know. But you know what else is at my house?
What?
Children.
Oh, yeah,
Children.
Good point, yeah, and noticeably less popcorn.
Well, that can
Well,
be fixed.
That can be fixed. That is very.
Yeah,
Children can be fixed too, but
Well,
no, you ship them off to grandparents. Jesus.
Oh, nice backpedal. Arc Raiders has been an absolute blast. Outside of that, I really have not played. Mostly because either Phoebe's been on it, I've been working, or we've been trying to watch a lot more movies and like TV and stuff. So I went and watched like The Matrix again. Then I watched the new Matrix and was like, that was fucking weird. And then I looked into it and they're like, oh, this is just the only one of the Wachowskis was in it. And even then, the movie is kind of written as like a fuck you to the Warner Brothers because they didn't really want to make it anyway, but they're going to do it. And then once I realized that the movie in itself is the meta commentary on it is the movie itself. I enjoyed it a whole lot more. I thought it was really, really fun to rethink about it. I watched the one with Doogie Howser is Mute in the Chat. Yes, that's the one with NPH. I watched Snowpiercer as well. Have either of you seen Snowpiercer?
Which one? The movie, the TV series?
The movie.
The one with Captain America?
With Cap and Spoods.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Hang on. What?
Spoods is in it. Isn't Tom Holland in it? No, it's the other guy.
No.
That looks like Tom Holland, but isn't Tom Holland. Phoebe said the same thing. I'm like, nah, motherfucker's Tom Holland.
I don't think Spoods is in that.
Now that you like in hindsight, I was so adamant it's not him at all. Whoops, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah,
Phoebe.
I've seen it.
So Phoebe got me in one way. So over the break, she wanted to. Like, we have a cupboard full of board games. We never fucking play board games.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting to come around and play Resident Evil.
Well, come do it. Let's make it happen. Like, I just haven't done it. So we ended up playing Monopoly, but I've got like 6 different versions of Monopolies. We pulled out the Roald Dahl one, which I've had. I don't know where I got it from. And I was like, we'll put, Phoebe hates musicals, right? So she never lets me watch Willy Wonka. I love Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka. I think it is one of the best movies ever made. It is subjectively one of my favorite movies of all time. It means so much to me. I love the soundtrack. I love the performance. Everything about it makes me just so happy. And I was like, okay, is this how I'm going to be able to watch it if I connect it to the game? And she's like, that's fine. Sweet. So we're watching it. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a little sing-along while we're playing. And she goes, oh, like, have you ever seen the movie Snowpiercer? I'm like, no, why? She goes, oh, because like in a lot of ways, it's kind of a sequel to Willy Wonka. I'm like, where the fuck are you going with this?
A fucking lie.
No. And then she goes, but there's a video, like there's a fan theory on the internet. I was like, all right. So we pull up the video, and it gives me like the setup, and there's enough ammo for me to go, oh, you know what? You're in. I watched the movie, and it was also a fucking awesome film. To then go, and then as I'm watching it, looking for connections to Willy Wonka, it got even better again. What a film. Like, a lot of it is, there are some leaps of faith you have to make, but if you're willing to make that first leap, everything just locks. But look, that's been trying. So in terms, like, I haven't really played that much. Phoebe and I played a lot of WWE 2K as well. We got through another one of our GM seasons, which was really cool. She proceeded to kick my shit in. For someone that doesn't even like wrestling, it makes me sad that I get my face stomped in because I like wrestling and I should know how to book shows better. Turns out I don't. But Paj, this is where it comes to you. You've said yourself you've had nothing but time. What are some of the things that have popped up on your console?
Yeah, I mean, I've had nothing but time, but I've gone very completionist or near completionist as much as I possibly can. In one of our latest episodes of Patched for Player 2, myself and Matto had this New Year's resolutions. We had this New Year's resolutions.
Oh, good episode, by the way, because it made me re-download Yakuza. So.
Yeah, and we'll start it this year and we'll get the podcast going. But one of my things was, like, I wanted to get my completion rate up with my different games, specifically tied to kind of trophies. But it gets me, as I kind of said in the podcast, it gets me to revisit games that maybe I didn't give enough time to. It encourages me to dive a bit deeper into different titles, etc., etc. So and it just gives me a numerical thing, because I'm very much a numbers guy. It gives me a numerical thing to kind of show whether I'm on track. So that was kind of one of the main things. So I guess a few of the games that I've spent time playing over the break are things that you guys have already discussed, from Max talking about Octopath Traveller 0, where I finished that one up. And I don't have the platinum for it. Pretty close, but I'm going to have to really kind of tip into the true ending and kind of a bit of grinding, I think, to get myself to a level for that. But otherwise, like, that's all finished up. I went and got the platinum for Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake.
Was that hard? Was that a difficult one? Is that something that Max can do?
One. It's pretty easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Those earlier Dragon Quest games, it's because yes, they're beautiful modern remakes, but at the core of them, there's pretty simplistic design and not overly expansive worlds. So if someone wanted to go off and do everything, you could do so pretty easily.
Kind of like the Final Fantasy Pixel remakes. They were pretty easy Like I'm in saying that I'm sitting like one trophy away from getting the platinum on like the OG Final Fantasy.
I've got the plat with Final Fantasy 1, and then I went and took a look because I did a series of videos for all of them when Square Enix sent me the code. So then I've got like 1% on Final Fantasy 2, 2% on Final Fantasy 3, like just miserable. Like that's shitting me to tears. But so I actually looked the other day while I'm in this. Oh, how can I? Like I'm gonna boost these numbers. Oh, great! I get to go play some classic Final Fantasies. Now I haven't started on any of those yet. But they're all like when I look at the trophy guides on PSN profiles, they're all like 2 out of 10. I'm like, oh, sweet, I can do these. I can do these pretty easy. And it's a bit like the Dragon Quest one. It's all because the design at the core of it was all pretty primitive and basic for the time. And so you've got a beautiful new coat of paint on it, but ultimately the design is still old. Old game is old, as they say. So ticked off the plat on that one. 2 Point Museum. Obviously, we referred to that one before. I actually knocked that platinum out just before the end of the year. That was kind of my how do I want to finish 2025 up, and in terms of gaming and making sure I get the plat for the game that I've been just chipping away at and getting closer and closer to all year was how I chose to do that. So after, according to PSN profiles, 9 months and 2 weeks, I got that.
Nice.
Ghost of Yote. Went and rolled the plat on that one, and a lot of that decision making was around the ghost rewards scheme that PlayStation's got. Like I want to get those pins.
Yeah, we should probably chase that up, eh? Yeah.
The Ghost of Tsushima one, you've got to get the order in by the end of this month. I've got the shits with them, and this is the slimy sort of shit that big corporations do. I thought I'm going to smash this one out during January because with Yote we've technically got until I think it's the end of April to get the plat, and then I think till the end of May to actually make your purchase, or the end of March, and then, like there's a month after you need to have the plat to then make sure you've made the purchase. I thought if I get this thing done during January, I'll buy both. I'll pay shipping once.
No,
fuckers. No, you can any purchase. Like even if we took Yote completely out of the mix, and I just wanted to buy the T-shirt and the pin from Tsushima, they've all got to be separate transactions. You can't. So they're tagging you for postage with every single purchase.
And that postage
is that because they require a separate platinum check to get one over the other?
No. So like when you go to your Ghost Rewards or whatever, like you sign into your account and boom, here's all the things that like they're all there, and the things that you can buy, and the things that you can't are locked away to. So they're all there, and every single item is available to me now because I've got the platinum in Tsushima already, going back to 2020, and I've got the platinum for Yote now. I thought, great, I'll just buy both pins, bundle them all into one purchase. Great, but it's actually part of their little purchase terms. You can only have one item in your cart at any given time, which means you then have to pay postage twice. I'm like, fuck you guys. So, but I'll do it.
I wonder if it's like a fulfillment center thing where they're coming from two separate spots. So
that'd be my only assumption.
But they would charge shipping twice.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, look, I'd imagine in the case of this, I'd actually imagine that it is because. Not even different fulfillment things, but the fact that the Tsushima one ends at the end of this month, and then the Yote one is about 3-4 months from now. They're not going to leave you to sit.
It's also very very true. They're not going to like hold on to yours for a while.
So through that lens and my specific case, I'm like, yeah, okay, makes sense. But then through what if I wanted to buy multiple items from Tsushima or multiple items from Yote, and they're both available at the same time? I shouldn't have to pay postage twice for these things. But anyway, that's. Setting that aside, it was good to go back to Yote and kind of see all the different stories that I didn't explore. There wasn't many of those in the end. A lot of it was just going and dealing with foxes and wolves and finding different puzzle boxes and all those sorts of things. Ticking all the collectible boxes off for the most part.
Did you have to guide it at all
to collect all that stuff?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had to. But I did, because I was just like, I'm getting this thing done.
Yeah, Phoebe was in a similar
Especially
space.
Once I realized that all I had left was collectibles and not kind of myths and stories and those sort of things for the most part. That's when I was like, okay, well then I'm going hell for leather here and I'm just going to get it done. So I think I sent you guys a message like, all right, I think I'm going to get it tonight. And I think I might have sent that at about 7:00, and it was 3:30 in the morning when I finally got the platinum. was like,
Jesus.
fucking hell. I need to go to bed.
Yeah,
I
fuck.
died the next day. But
yeah, because like, we found that like there was just like a couple. We're like, well, where is this thing? But like, thankfully, to the world design of Yotai, like if there's a little spot on the map that you're like, oh, that looks it's a bit odd that it looks empty. It's not. It just doesn't. It may not have a marker. Like, and that's the beauty of the map is like there's always something. If you're like, why is there a big empty space? Go there, and I'm sure you'll find something. And that
it's
sort
like
of
some of
allowed
those
us to-
little nooks that are on the side. Like there's just this random passage off to the side of the map. Like there's got to be something there. And sure enough, there's like an encampment or an altar for you to tip your head to, bow to. Like it's all there's always something, which is cool. But yeah, I guided it just to I didn't want to waste time.
Nice.
And the last one was like I finished up Yuka Replayly today. I kind of went back. I started it back in October. I'm like, yep, this is the game I remember. I backed the game back in the day, so it was nice to roll credits on that today and go. Oh, hang on, there's my credits.
This is where I need your help with this, Padge, around this one.
Sorry, Kickstarter backer.
So, because I remember playing Ukulele when it came out. So, and even then, that was like 2017, which now in hindsight is 9 years ago. So what I'm about to say makes less sense. Is Yuka Replayly just a remaster of that, or is it
basically them having taken on board?
Because wasn't there meant to be a sequel?
Yeah, and there is
really?
Called The Impossible Lair.
Oh, okay. Now I'm back. Yeah,
and it's a hard as fuck 2D platformer.
So then, what is this? Just a remaster?
Replayly is essentially a remaster, but they took on board all of the feedback and criticisms that came towards Ukulele in the first place, and not only remastered, but also like a lot of design changes, a lot of level design changes.
Oh, good.
Like really, really valuable quality of life things that they did to it to kind of touch it all up and fix it up. So, it's a very like if people haven't played in the first place, don't go play Ukulele. It's still a good game, but like it's not. But Yuka Replayly is the way to go.
Because a lot of the like the complaints I had on Ukulele when we reviewed it way back in the day was that it felt like an old 3D platformer, but not in the good ways.
Yeah,
like there were some of the little trappings that, like, yes, they're really, like from an homage standpoint, bang on. There was like it really felt like you could tell that they were making the spiritual successor to Banjo, and it was really cool.
And it's fine when you're playing the Banjo and those sort of things because there's a nostalgic thing to it.
Yeah.
But when it's a brand new game and you don't have that connectedness to it, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And that's the thing that absolutely was a bit of a problem for Ukulele. And yeah, that's all the stuff that I think they've gone, okay, nostalgia versus design that's actually going to hold up. And they've kind of tipped the scales back in favor of the design that's going to hold up more. And so some really good decisions made there. I'll probably actually tick off the platinum for that as well, because it's actually very, very easy as it turns out to get the plat. So
beautiful. And so then
I was able to go and tackle the final boss. There's 5 different worlds in the game. You need to get enough pages, like the Ukulele version of Jiggies, the puzzle pieces from Banjo. You need to get 120 of them across all the levels. I had 120 after I finished the 3rd world, so I just skipped world 4, skipped world 5, went and dealt with the final boss, and I've still got about 67% of the trophies.
Oof. I've been hanging out with my
to
kid.
anyone to any little prepubescent douchebags who are heard me say that number and started acting like a clown.
Yeah, but look, we grew up with 6ix9ine and 420 and whatever.
Yeah, but like 69's fun for everyone. It's a funny number that references a good time. Dinner for 2.
I was about to say the exact same call. Dinner for 2.
Don't be shitting on last year's word of the year.
It's not a word. It's a string of numbers.
It's slop.
Slop should have been the word of last year. Anything.
It was.
I thought it was just 6-7.
Yeah. No.
Even better. But yeah, was there anything else you sort of checked out, Padge?
No, but I'm sure by the time we talk next week, I will have ticked off on a few other things, and I am umming and ahhing about whether now is the time for Yakuza. I have got 2 embargoed games already to start playing through. No, Dragon Quest is not one of them. I really want Dragon Quest.
Phoebe just messaged me to remind us.
I'm just gonna and admittedly,
progress carries over.
This was my perhaps stupid, arrogant entitled approach. It's like, the code's probably going to arrive at about the same time as the demo. I won't worry about the demo. Oh, it's only been a day. Don't worry, it'll probably arrive soon. I don't want to worry about. And now here we are. It's been like almost a week, and the review codes haven't come out for the game, as far as I know. And
because the game drops at the end.
I still haven't played the demo. Yeah, it's like the 5th of Feb.
Yeah.
Sorry, Phoebe just messaged me as well to ensure that we highlight that she is in the new game plus for Yotai and is also has taken the different route. Apparently, the different routes. Apparently, it's a whole different experience, which makes it fun. But as to the other thing, that we may not be playing it yet, but one of the things that we were discussing is the return of the Yakuza, the return / the actual start of Yakuza like a podcast, right? It's an idea that Padge had the longest time ago. I think when we were playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, and we're both really, really enjoying it. We're like, maybe this should be a fun thing for us to do and play all the Yakuzas. So over the last week, as Padge was talking about in his other show, Padge, which you can check out on the Player 2 website, it's player2.net.au.
We should call it Padge, yeah.
Is I call it Padge? It's now Padged. It's Padged, but it's Padged. Yeah. So on that, I was like, oh, cool. Well, I'll download that because it's mostly turn based in that a way that I probably could get away with playing it on the portal. So by extension, this is where I'm like shamelessly leading into a discussion piece. So a little while ago, we were invited to a PlayStation event very kindly, and in that conversation, the rep was like, "Oh, if there was ever any tech you're interested in, give us a shout." And I was like, "Hey, shout! Like we've asked in the past, we've never really, we ain't Padge cool, right?" But they finally caved, and that sounds really gross, but no, they finally gave us an opportunity.
I begged, sucked a few dicks, and got what you wanted.
And this way they'll leave me alone, is probably what they were thinking. No, I hope that's not the case. But either way, they've finally given us the shot, and that comes with this. So this is the PlayStation Sony Pulse Elite headset. The things that make this different. So, Pad, you and I were discussing this previously. You've got the in-ear buds, yeah?
Yeah, the
Explore.
I've got one of them here. The little Explores.
Yeah, and additionally, you've got the similar to myself. You have the original Elite.
I've got the original
Pulse headset.
Yeah, the original Pulse headset without the mic.
Yeah, so the original ones don't have the extra design, but the big difference out of the two is this headset, similar to the Explore, are the first of the PlayStation lineup to take advantage of the purchase of the company Audacy, or however it was, Audacy? Audacy. Whichever. So it was. That's what it fucking should have been.
It's why I also hope it's Audacy or something.
Yeah. So there was a company that they picked up, and their big gimmick is that they have different drivers for their headphones.
Remember when Sony wanted us to take photos of our ears and send them to him?
Thankfully, we didn't have to do that for that or for these. But so yeah, the big difference is that these have the planar magnetic drivers. So unlike traditional headphone drivers, which, as you know, those sort of cone design vibrates as the sound hits it. It's like commonly sounds great. The headphones I'm using right now sound great, same as the ones I assume both you boys are using. But the planar magnetic drivers don't have that physical mechanism. It's all done by electronic and magnets and this sort of flat system. So it kind of gives the ability for the audio to be a lot quicker to cut. There's not a lot of bleed of sound into other areas. So an example, if you would have like a hard cut in a song, it feels really quick and immediate. It allows the bass to feel nice and punchy and kind of clean and not muddy. The highs, like those, especially playing in something like Arc Raiders, the bullet, like that sound comes through weirdly clear. I'm really digging it. And outside of that, because they are kind of big, they're slightly bigger drivers. Let me check the box. I think they're like 50 something. Where are they? Here we go.
No, it's in there. These facts prepared earlier.
Yeah, it's in there.
See, he's talking whilst facing away from the fucking
shy face. All right, shy face, right? So there's like 50mm drivers. So they're a little bit bigger than sort of your standard ones, but It's exactly the size that I like, and because they sit over my ear, and they may not have any active noise cancelling, but even the oddity of the shape of these actually allows for really good passive noise cancellation, which made it a much easier experience.
Slip your current headphones off, put the new ones on, model them for people, and we'll talk mad shit about you in the meantime.
Stormtrooper,
fuck that guy, we hate him
for a big one.
Doesn't know how to play video games.
Saying that though, not too different from yours. Oh my god, it looks like a dumb helmet. It really does.
Yeah.
So the design is weird.
I know you can't fucking aim.
I'm sorry, what?
He's only going to see this. He's only going to see this when he does the edit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said dickhead, and that'd be accurate description.
When he edits it?
Good point. If Mute and all those guys in the chat can just not share anything, that'd be great.
I was pointing out, you made the reference to the Stormtrooper helmet. I'm like, that's why he can't shoot straight.
That's all. Yeah, it would explain a lot in our art games. But look, so it's only early days. Like I have spent a lot of time with it, but I wanted to touch upon it now. But it will be getting its own dedicated video and proper breakdown. But one of the things this is where the ADHD is fucking winning. Like I commonly when I play a game, I'll listen to a podcast at the same time, but I kind of have to have like one at 0 and one at whatever, just because I'm normally playing in an open space. The beauty of these headphones, and now I know it's not new tech, headphones have done it for ages, but you can have both a PlayLink and a Bluetooth connection. So I have PlayLink to the console, which is fantastic, so I'm getting my game noises, but then I will just feed my phone onto the Bluetooth, and I can listen to my podcast or listen to some music. So like, it's such a simple feature, which when I explained it to Phoebe, she was like, that sounds like a lot of just stimulus all at once. I'm like, well, no, it's not. I don't know
why you don't just use the inbuilt like Spotify app that you can listen to music through the PlayStation into your headset at the same time and still get game sound.
No, because I liked previously, because it's the idea of that I have to go into that menu to change tunes, whatever. No,
you open your playlist on your phone and then it routes through the PlayStation.
Yeah.
No, I'm with Betson. But
at the same time,
a Spotify person, so
yeah. But at the same time, all my podcasts are on Apple Podcasts. I don't use Spotify for podcasts, which changed that as well. Also,
the fact that also like our chats that we use frequently, there's an audio messages or that sort of thing, and I can just fire it up on the phone. I can be playing whatever. I can just kind of crank down the game audio and hear one of you clowns tell me to get fucked on the other, through the same ear pod.
And big shout out to
I solved that problem
Jamie
by just not listening to them.
Thank you for the shout out, Jamie, in the chat. Yeah, Ryan Porterboy, Betson, professional podcaster and commentator. Yeah, doing stacks of things these days. That certainly hasn't slowed down. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Now, Max, you'll have to speak to this. So when we have been playing our Arc Raiders,
you want me to tell you about how the mic sounds?
Yes.
It's not great.
Yep.
It's real tinny.
Yep.
And you pointed this out, apparently the mute button is on the fucking mic itself. So every time you went to mute the mic, it would blast us in the fucking ears.
Yep.
Because you can hear the crackle as you're like punching the mic to mute it, essentially.
Yeah, look, so if you're playing on the console, understandably, you just press the button on your controller. But as I was using it on the PC to test it, right?
Like, don't get me wrong, it is not the worst mic I've ever heard in my life, but it does have that grainy tinniness that you hear from some mics.
It's got to be better than old mate. The little single.
Oh my god,
bud, right?
The single bud that came with the PS4.
And PS5 as well, didn't it?
I think
our controllers had mics in them, mate. He's fucking talking. You just hold your DualSense up to your mouth.
I'm sure it was a good point, actually. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, so
I'm sure I saw it come with something at some point. But anyway.
So yeah, I'll be spending some more time with them. I'm really enjoying it. The sound quality is great. The passive noise cancelling for just how I'm not sure where it sits in the design, because there's the strap is interesting. It's got like this kind of flexible thing on it, which is very similar to the original Pulse. But it allows it to almost find this comfortably natural spot on your head, which then in turn the ear cups then create an almost minor suction just because they go thunk thunk. and everything sits where it needs to, and that's when that passive noise cancelling kicks in, because like it's just creates a great seal. There's nothing going on, and then it sounds super clear. There is a bit of leak though, I found. So my original goal with these headphones, which I'll talk more about in the big final review as well, was so that I could play Portal in bed and like still listen to like some, the game audio or whatever and not be a problem. I don't think it's loud enough that it would be a drastic problem, but it's noticeable. You know what I mean? Yeah. But either way, that's
James is screaming at you from rooms away, going, "Dad, turn the fucking thing off."
Yeah, that's very possible too. He is 9 and he. Well, actually, no, he doesn't say fucking yet. Give him time.
I wasn't sorry. I don't mean the language part of it. I just mean
no. But I thought for a second,
James
like,
being rooms away, and you're like, there's a little bit of ear bleed. Meanwhile, James is hammering on the wall, going, "Just stop playing games, damn it!"
See, my kid makes so much noise in himself. I'm just like, even if there's leak, fuck you. You're so loud. You're so loud, child. But look, we are conscious for time. Originally, this episode was going to be about like, only because Max has work. Normally, we're not going to have a big catch up of all the things we've played. I don't sit here and talk about a headset for an uncomfortable length of time. So let's jump into what is the main thrust of this episode is our Metacritic draft. And then maybe depending on how long this part is, we'll maybe touch upon some of the big key news parts that happened over the break. Max, you can duck off to work if you need to, and we'll get into that. So, this is the time. This is our Metacritic draft. So the way this works is each of us will have a selection of 8. None of us can have the same picks as one another in true, draft fashion. The way this will work is I have a random number Maduhika, so that every time we will all have a different number. So it's not first round me, second round Max, third round Padge, fourth round me. Nah, it's all random. It's all going to switch up to make it a little bit more creative. In previous years,
someone gets ultimately completely and utterly fucked, and someone.
Yeah, someone like it. But if we do, then it's all random. It's completely like out of.
Just blame you.
And that's also fair. All right, let me do this. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So do we need to stress the rules for everyone watching?
All right, Max.
Has to come to PS5 this year.
Let's come to PlayStation.
PlayStation, sorry, PS4.
But we will take the PS5 Metacritic number over a PS4.
Yep.
If it comes to both.
If it does not release this year, you get a big zilch, which is what I did for Grand Theft Auto and
a few other games.
Mouse PI, and then everything else was just bad.
Everything else was
yes. So in previous years, we've had like a draft pool that was assigned to us like by our listener base. However, this year we are just free flowing that bitch. We're just gonna see wherever it takes us. So, gents, are we ready?
Who's first?
Let's see. Drum roll, shuffle. First is Max.
Wonderful. Okay. My first one, and I don't even know if it's going to release this year, but Fable is number 1 on my list.
Fable. All right. So one of the things that we're going to do right there, because this is also going to count as our like most anticipated games. So run a little bit about like why this is your pick and like, were you keen for it? Why do you think it's going to be a rip?
Okay, so Microsoft have finally realized that Fable was a really, really good series, and they've decided to basically revamp it, and they've given it to the racing car guys. So I have real high hopes.
All right.
And as it stands, currently an Xbox title. But as we know, everything's an Xbox now, including your PlayStation.
It will be at the Developer Direct, the Xbox Developer Direct, in about 10 days from now. So
yeah, so
the hope is that there's a day and date for PlayStation people.
In 10 days' time, we'll know if this pick fucked me or if it hasn't.
Beautiful. All right. For myself, my first round.
So I'm third. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. According to this, second is me. Now I'm gonna quickly just do this.
He's gonna quickly chat GPT and top 30 most anticipated titles coming to PlayStation this year.
Also, I'm a bit like
Okay.
Max. I don't know if you're the same with this. Obviously, Ryan, you mentioned a moment ago, like we're talking about treating this as a most anticipated games thing. There are some games on my list.
Oh, that's
here
fine
that
too. But you talked about that as well.
I would never go near with a 50-foot pole.
We'll
but I
discuss
believe
that as
they'll
well.
Score well.
Like that's
Okay.
what I mean. But when I say most anticipated, like obviously we're going to pick games that we're interested in, like some of the big ones. But then we can also about like we're going to put this game on
just
because we
picking
think it
Neo
will do
3.
well, but we'll probably fucking hate it. Like Neo 3, like if I put that on my list, it's going to be I don't give a fuck, but people will like it.
Okay.
So for me, my first pick. Now it currently does not have a confirmed date. It's just very similar to Max. I'm just fucking spitballing here. It could go either way, but it's Control Resonant. It's currently sitting at 2026.
It's not coming out. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, me either. Like, it's a fucking horrible choice. But I thoroughly enjoyed Control at the time. It was one of the best games of the year when we played it. I still really have no idea about half the things I read in that game. It's just so confusing. But I picked it up. I re-downloaded the Ultimate Edition and played it a little bit over the break. The game is still awesome.
I had it on
really
my list
good.
and took it off because I don't think it's coming out.
Yeah, so like because you took such a risky first shot, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna follow you and go with Control because I said I'm keen. I think that changing the main character is going to be interesting, but I think coming off back of Alan Wake 2, Remedy have the ability to deliver something great. Me too. I never finished it. It's
good.
It's one of my bums that I've not finished.
Alan Wake is one of my favorite games of all time, and when Alan Wake 2 came out, there was just other things that I was playing at the time. And
it's just so dense and heavy that, like, from a story's perspective, like I really got to prepare myself to sit with it, you know, because I don't want to like miss things. But yeah, obviously with Firebreak not being as good as they wanted it to, I think they're going to put extra effort to make sure this is dope, and in turn, that also means it'll probably get delayed.
So
that's your first round pick.
So I'm going to embrace let's pick a game that may not come out this year, but also take the smallest risk of anyone, because at least this game does technically have a date. It's also the most anticipated game of the year for millions and millions of people. Put me down for GTA 6.
Dang.
Well, that's not, yeah.
I like, this was the same. Once I heard what the two of you went for and that you didn't go for GTA, I'm like, well, I've got to go GTA now because we could all potentially get zeros for this round. And
I still don't think GTA is coming out.
Well, no, but like, there's
really,
plenty of reason for us to think the Fable won't, plenty of
sure.
reason to think the Control won't. So I'm like, if there's a time for me to make a selection like that, it's right now.
Yeah, like for me personally,
we could just get zeros for all three of us on the first round, and whatever, no harm, no foul.
Well, look,
or I could get a 97.
As I said, GTA 6 was my first pick last year. I didn't want to risk it again, but like there is the potential that it's gonna be delayed. But I'm so excited for this game. I think I really hope it's going to be something really enjoyable.
I don't know if it comes out and it just sucks.
That is my concern. Like I think with the loss of the houses in the later part of it,
you haven't lost all the houses. You've lost Dan. Sam's still there.
I don't think it's possible. Like I honestly don't think it's possible. But imagine if it did.
So let me explain that point. What I mean by that.
Imagine if they cyberpunk it, and they just fuck it, and it takes them like 6 months to get it to a good place.
So to expand on my thoughts, so yes, we've lost Dan Houser, but he was one of the key storytelling individuals within Rockstar for as long as it's kind of been Rockstar, right? So having that, but granted, that's earlier in the stage. Like that would be most of the written stuff would have been nailed, and the has been making the world and et cetera, et cetera. So I don't see that being an impact. My concern with this, and I think where it may lose a lot of its impact, is that up until this point, every Grand Theft Auto game has taken place in clearly definable generations and or eras, whether it be like 90s, 2000s, 2010s, then the 80s, and so on and so on. Culture at large, since thanks to the internet, has kind of normal, like everything is kind of flat and consistent. So the world that was made in the world that GTA 5 is stereotyping and taking the piss out of, and parroting, I should say, is weirdly not that different to the world we live in now. So where like when you play like San Andreas, like it feels like unapologetically 90s, and it really adds to that energy. Where GTA, like, you know, the 2010s, sorry, but even the 2000s, which is like GTA 4, feels different to 5. Where I think 5 and 6 are going to be uncomfortably similar in its overall feel, and they're just relying on the location and like the power of the hardware to make it feel different. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident this is still going to pull a 97.
Oh, it's still going to go. Like, I think it's going to get bonus points for just being dope. But I think there may be some.
But that said, like, I could see people sitting back going, "Oh, I was a bit disappointed in this," and it's because expectations are so wildly high now that maybe the game can only disappoint. But even if that's the case, it's still going to be in the 90s, I think. So, because ultimately the design will be presumably top shelf,
and its score will be skewed by what its online gameplay is like, because it'll be.
But the online will be like a month after.
It'll be reviewed as a whole.
Yeah, if it's like GTA 5, then it might be delayed anyway, and it'll be basically just the single player that drives the numbers. But we'll see.
All right, shuffle. Ah, crap. Well, that's unlucky. Padge.
Oh, it's snaking. Nice.
I didn't want it to snake, but it's snaking.
My next selection. I'm going to try and keep some aces up my sleeve just in case here. I wasn't expecting to have two choices so early on.
This is why I like random, man.
I thought I'd have to put a few. Well, even if it snaked, I would have been in this situation. But I just, I'll still play it a little bit safe at this point. I'll go Wolverine.
Marvel's Wolverine currently with the date of
just holiday.
Yeah, just holiday.
All
right, beautiful.
Whatever,
tell us about Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, you slash up shit, and it's gonna be really violent.
Yeah, it's gonna be rad. I think that all of those points will come in from that visceral violence of it all. I think.
Yeah, I think it's a safe bet in a lot of ways. Insomniac, I don't think it's like just because of Insomniac's track record in terms of what we're looking to achieve here. I don't think this is going to be a 90+ game because they don't really historically get 90+ games. They get lots of high 80s. But I'll take that in this format. No, I mean, the game is shaping up really well. When we finally got to see gameplay back, when was that? Back in August? September?
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
When we got that trail at the end of the State of Play, like that was really looking good. I'm pretty positive about where it's at. They've had plenty of time to cook. They've probably had some opportunities, even maybe taking positives out of the whole leak thing. Is they've probably had opportunities to look at what some people were saying there and change a few things up narratively, but even perhaps through the gameplay, given that people were able to play the game. I think, I'm pretty positive about where this is going to end up. So for me, it's a safe, but also like it's a safe pick, but it's one I feel pretty comfortable in making.
I'd work with that. Max.
Saros. I will go with the other PlayStation exclusive for the year.
There's a third PS5 exclusive.
There is a third
first party.
There is.
Or kind of first party.
I adored Returnal. And I am much looking forward to playing my 3D Bullet Hell again. It looks great. If they kind of just do more of the same, I will be happy. Housemarque generally do, this is their bread and butter at this point. And it also has an actual release date. Now, it was moved sneakily. They didn't tell anyone. They just
shifted a month.
They just shifted it a month and put a new date on it. Didn't announce anything, but it is, front end of the year. So even if it is delayed again, should still make this year because it's currently sitting on April 30th, I think.
Yes.
So,
no, it's a good pick.
I think it's my most anticipated game for the year. I'm pretty keen to go hands on Saros.
Yeah, like I would agree with that. I think Saros,
and like I absolutely adored Returnal.
As someone that wanted to like Returnal, but then got really shitty at it because I sucked, I'm hoping that Saros kind of closes that gap a little bit.
Got to reinstall it. Jump on that multiplayer with me.
Yeah, there's still time. I'll do that.
try and carry you through.
Look, I think, coming into the release of Saros, I think I might jump back into Returnal just to sort of warm up those muscles again, or just get really mad and then quit and then not play Saros. It could go either way. Seeing as both of you have taken pretty safe picks, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go with, as Max predicted, like what would be one of the first ones to go, and the answer is Resident Evil Requiem. So this is the ninth in the mainline Resident Evil saga, the third in the latest run, obviously with 7 taking that big soft reboot step, putting it in first person, setting up with that family. I forget the name of the family, but so that, and then going into 2, into the second, which was 8. Village set in this similar world to that of Resident Evil 4. They had this different delivery model in more of a fun house of horror rather than one distinct narrative, which was certainly there, but it was all about this sort of open world. You had the center point, little hub that would go off into these different districts and have a different experience, and then in turn experience different kinds of horror. There was body horror in some, there was more traditional like the survival horror in another. I'm not sure whether Requiem's going to go down that route, in at least how they've portrayed it. I feel it's going to go a bit more similarly to probably like 7, or even even 2 or 3 remake or 4 remake, in that it's just the story that's pulling you forward. It looks really cool.
I did like the Rogues Gallery that 8 had. It was kind of a cool setup where you...
Oh, I agree, because it allowed sort of like, for these characters to have their moment and have a big focal point and then be kind of pushed off to the side. Because if you have to feed them through the whole way, they kind of lose their impact, I feel.
Because as backtracky as Resident Evil games tend to be, they are quite linear.
Yeah, very true. And with 8, there was very little to no backtracking at all. Like once you've completed that area, unless you wanted to do achievements or whatever, there was really no other benefit to go back. I'm quite excited for Requiem, and that is coming out, the back end of February, so that'll be pretty cool. I'll like that. All right, number 3, press the shuffle button. I'm first, apparently.
Snaken.
I also didn't think about what my next one was going to be. Boo earns. I honestly am unsure where this one is going to go, but I'm going to jump on it now just for funsies. I'm going to go with Pragmata.
Or the other Capcom title.
What do you mean the other? There's about 16 of them coming out next year.
The other big one.
The other big one.
Onimusha, Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter Stories.
So look,
that one doesn't count.
Very similar to what you said earlier, Padge. Like talk about this as being a most anticipated, but then also it not being. I don't give a flying fuck about Pragmata, eh? Like it does not interest me at all. The gameplay looks like poo to how I like to play, but I think
it's got a release date.
It's got a release date. So that works in its favor, and I think it's going to interest a lot of people like Max, right? Like you love that shit, Padge. I think you'll get a kick out of it too.
I hate sci-fi.
Yeah, but you like fucking stupid Japanese ass games, so. Okay. Look, I think there's a lot of people that'll get a kick out of this game, and in turn, I think it'll rate pretty high. Like, I don't think it's going to be like a 9. I think it's a pretty safe like late 7, early 8s. Is kind of where I'm sitting at. Not for me. But I know there's people out there that'll get a kick out of it. All right, next is Padge.
I'm going to go Neo 3.
Neo 3.
I felt like you were going to be close to jumping on this one, Max. So I knew I had to kind of sweep in fairly soon, and I wasn't sure if I'd get another swing before my next pick. So, look, it's a Souls-like, so I'm not at all interested in it. But it's all purely strategic move from me. The last 2 games have been mid 80s in terms of their scores. Neo 2 was an 86, the original Neo an 88. So they're pretty well versed in the genre these days. Old Team Ninja, they've been doing good work in the space. It's been well received. And I guess it's kind of more of an aside here because it probably doesn't have any bearing on the scores, but I feel like the hunger now for a high quality single player Souls title is starting to build again. It's been a long time since Elden Ring. Night Rain is obviously a thing, but it's more multiplayer in nature. Phantom Blade Zero comes later in the year. Dust Bloods for the Switch 2 is sometime next year. This one has a definitive date. They've got a great track record. I think there'll be a lot of people pretty keen on it. But that is an aside because, it's all about the quality here. And track record suggests that this one will go pretty well.
I love it. So, Neo is one of those ones that I tried to enjoy. And then I also realized it's really fucking hard.
It's a Souls-like, and so you can't.
Yeah, so I can't enjoy it. I just get my poo punched in. But Max, you are clearly devastated to not have this be your pick. Where are you with Neo 3?
Actually, no. I don't have this on my list at all.
Sacre bleu.
I mean, it's on the list. It's on the list of 30 odd games that I was looking at, but it's not on my.
You made the flippant comment before, and that flushed me out. And I don't think you did it on purpose because you probably wouldn't have necessarily expected me to go there. But I just thought, I knew I was going to go early-ish with it, and I actually felt like you would be competing with me for it. But that shits me that it wasn't even that high on your list.
No, I want the other roguelike. I want Lords of the Fallen 2.
Lords of the Fallen 2?
Lords of the Fallen 2, which doesn't have a date yet.
That'll be a 2026 drop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 2026 drop.
Well, one of the struggles that we're going to have is a lot of people kept their dates quiet with GTA originally being at the front end of the year. So now that that's moved to the back end, it's just fucking seems weirdly quiet.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of these games may not have dates.
Yeah, Lords of the Fallen 1 was cool. Unlike Padge mentioning that people are hunting for that single player experience, Lords of the Fallen 1 was completely playable in co-op. The progress carried across for both players, which was great. And I think that's what's going to kind of keep people interested, especially in Lords of the Fallen 2. Lords of the Fallen also did something that other Souls-likes do or don't do, especially on console. In a patch, they added a randomizer, so it completely changes the drop locations of every item and changes the way you kind of have to tackle the game. And I think if they continue doing cool modes like that, I think they included a boss rush mode as well. That could win it some extra brownie points, because there's nothing more fun than playing a really hard game than randomizing all the locations of all the enemies and all the items that can spawn in the game.
Rad. That makes it awesome. That it does not. Shuffle. All right. Max.
Oh, that's 3 snakes in a row.
Yeah, this shuffle ain't shuffling. It's just snaking.
This shuffle
ain't
shuffling. I am going to go with Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Fuck, that was going to be my next one too.
The Lego games notoriously do pretty well, except for I did not enjoy the
the Lego Horizons, because it wasn't good. It wasn't a full Lego game. It was half-assed.
But if it's just if this is like Arkham Batman, just Lego-ified, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, look, for me, I'm quite keen about it, because what I excuse me. One of the things that Lego is really, really good at in their games, or TT games, or whoever develops them, is that their ability to capture like the entire legacy and experience, and like obviously it's in the name, but like the full breadth of a franchise. If you're playing was it the last Star Wars game, the Skywalker Saga, you have like near every character ever created, stacks of locations, stacks of costumes. Like it really takes it all in. And I think with Batman having such a huge history, whether it be in movies, TV, but obviously especially in comic books, that game is going to be dense. And I am honestly super, super keen for it. According to the next, it's me. And I don't know. I'm going to pick this purely based on hype. I personally also could not give any shits at all, because I don't think it's a me game at all, is Phantom Blade Zero.
That's fair. Isn't it dated for September or something at this point?
Yeah, look, it's got a
September
date.
9th.
I think people are excited for it. Sure.
I'm excited for it.
Well, can you tell me about it, Max, rather than me just picking it?
Look, it's one of the it's
Soulsy, isn't it?
I think it's more of an action RPG than Souls. I think it's going to be more like Neo than what a like traditional Souls game would be like. It's just another one of those Wuxia style martial arts, sword fighting, Souls adjacent games.
For me, it was just people have boners for like katanas and Japanese shit, so like it was an easy win.
They do.
They do.
Padge, pick number 4 for you.
There's a few that you guys have picked recently that I didn't even have on my list at all, and hadn't really considered. So that gives me a bit of flexibility.
We picked these are some pretty like notable games, Padge. Like now I'm curious what your list was.
Atomic Heart 2.
Sorry, like Phantom Blade Zero is in there, but the Cube.
Yeah.
No, that's not a selection.
No.
I like the look of the Cube. Fuck off. I thought that.
Yeah, but I liked the look of Atomic Heart until I played it. And then a fridge tried to have sex with me. That was weird.
As I outlined earlier in the show, I don't have the game, so this doesn't come from any corrupted place. And I don't believe codes are out there yet. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined for me.
Yeah, I think that's a given, right? I think that's just going to be a solid pick. Being a known quantity, all of that stuff.
So Dragon Quest VII, like when did it originally come out?
It was a PS1 game, like 98.
So is there? Where's 3 through 6? Are they?
Well, no, three got remastered the year before, or got the HD 2D in the years before.
Okay, that's good.
The year before 1 and 2 last year, because narratively it was weird. Like they put out 1, 2 was kind of a sequel to 1, but in both games they kind of referenced this character, this Erdrick character, and so 3 was basically a prequel to all of them, which told the story of this Erdrick.
Oh,
4, 5, and 6 are their own arc as well. And I think at some point they'll probably get a HD 2D style thing as well. But 7 is a different standalone beast.
So it is 7 sort of sit in like in a different level of appreciation, I guess. Hence why it's kind of coming ahead of the other ones.
No, I'd imagine
like
they've probably got a pipeline where they've got like we're doing this with the HD 2Ds, and that's where 1, 2, 3 have all gone, and presumably I hope 4, 5, and 6 will also go. But then you've got these 7 is the first of the PS1, like the 3D kind of polygonal based games, and so I think they've just brought a different artistic approach to those games.
That's exactly what I was wondering. Cool. Yeah.
So I think that's the rationale behind it. 7 is very much loved by a lot of people. It's one of the few that I haven't really played much of because like it was Dragon Quest was in a weird sort of a spot in the West at that particular point in time. It was really only with 8 coming to the PS2 that things started to change from that point. But even then we haven't had that many of them since. We've had 8, 9, 10 was the online game that still hasn't come to the West, and then 11. So there hasn't actually been that many of them since. But 7 was one I think lost to a lot of people. Those who played it loved it. It was 100+ hours. This reimagined game is my understanding is they are looking to kind of pare it back a fair bit too, condense, not remove anything, but condense a lot of things that make it more approachable, more accessible in terms of its longevity.
Give it some quality of life.
Yeah, and all I've seen has been overwhelming praise from those who've played the demo so far. And obviously, you're speaking to a JRPG audience there when you put out that demo, but a lot of them are going, "Oh, I can't believe it's doing this and this and this." It's clear that they kept a lot of cards to their chest, and it's just revealed at least a few of them with this demo, and people are loving it. So, yeah, and look, for me personally, obviously, I'm on board for this. This is not one of those games like Neo where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm all for this, but yeah,
sounds good.
That's that.
Max,
geez, I'm happy with my 4 so far.
Yeah, yes. That's solid. Well, as we're halfway through, let's do a recap. So my 4 currently are Control Resident Evil Requiem, Pragmata, and Phantom Blade Zero. Like I'm not mad at that. That's not bad.
No, that's a good 4.
That's all right. Padge, GTA 6, Marvel Wolverine, Neo 3, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined. Look, that's pretty good. I think GTA is going to be a big saver for you if it does all come together. Which is really nice. Very nice. Max, Fable, Saros, Lords of the Fallen, Lego Batman. Yours feels a bit riskier, but I like it.
I mean, he's picked an Xbox, and it currently Xbox exclusive.
Look, outside of that,
He didn't even pick Forza Horizon 6, which they've at least said will come to PlayStation. He chose the one that they haven't confirmed coming to PlayStation.
Max is your 5th pick for fucking
Forza Horizon 6.
It is.
Yay!
Oh, is he next in the? Is he next in the draft? Nice.
Apparently, I'm next to the pick, so I will be taking Forza Horizon 6. I'll take the other.
He's got the
Xbox.
playground games double.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So this is the first brand new Forza game to be coming. It's not day and date though. It's like 6 months or something later, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't know.
Just sometime after. Just
Sometime after. So hopefully, once again, in like 10-ish days, we'll know if I'm fucked or not.
Max's draft hinges on this dev directive.
If they're like, hey, it's coming to Xbox in September, it's not fucking coming to PlayStation
You're
this
so
year.
boned, yeah.
If they say, hey, it's coming in June, we're getting that like Good Friday.
Here's the news, everyone. Forza Horizon 6 is coming September to Xbox and sometime in 2027 for PlayStation. And Fable is an Xbox console exclusive for 2 years.
Oh,
And
yeah, 12 months exclusive.
We just watch a quarter of his draft crumble in front of him. 10 days in.
Wow.
Yeah, look, Forza 5 was the highest selling game on PlayStation the month it fucking came out, and it's
And that was at the time that game was what, 2 years old, 3 years old.
Yeah. It's gonna, as long as it comes out this year on PlayStation, it should be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna hump. It's a good safe.
Not to mention they're just solid racing games.
They really are. They really, really are. Padge.
Shit.
Hi, welcome to the Xbox draft pick.
Do we just keep it going and start picking Gears and Halo and whatever else they're doing this year?
I'm surprised no one's picked fucking Judas yet.
No, I'm not feeling brave.
Because if it is, it's gonna be a late one. Like it ain't in the next 6 months.
Oh fuck. It's out in like 4 or 5 days. Player 2 doesn't have a copy again, so I don't know if it's any good or not.
Appreciate the disclosure, of course.
The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon.
Oh yeah.
That is my understanding, and I haven't played any of the Trails games. Actually.
Yeah, it comes,
Yeah,
comes,
though,
it
mate.
comes
It's
out
like
comes out in
the
4 days.
latest chapter. I know they're doing like another remake, like they did Sky First or something, like a remake of the original Sky game, and there's a second Sky one coming out apparently late in the year. I did consider that one because I did see how well received Sky the First was received, but late in the year, they're already putting out a game in January. I'm like, it doesn't fill me with confidence that that this thing's actually going to come out. So
I've played one of them and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was just a random. It was back when we actually covered things outside of PlayStation. I got a switch code for it.
Oh yeah.
And, I adored it. I thought it was great.
Oh, you know what happened when we talked to the Nintendo reps last time? They're like, "Fuck you! You don't talk to us anymore." I'm like, "That's fair."
It's one of those things like you don't talk to us, so we can't talk to you. Like, how do we break the? Where everyone's a stranger until we're not. Like, it's like, hey, Xbox. Now that you do PlayStation games, do you think you can?
I tried. I emailed them about Gears, and they never got back to me. You bumholes. That's fine. Beautiful. All right, so that's me. That's my. I'm the next one.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
look at he's just dropping little seeds into people's heads.
Actually, that is on my list, but no,
It is on my short list, which is 30 plus games long. So
I'm gonna take a shot. I have no reason
I will be
to
stunned if
think
any
that
of
this
you
will
can
do anything.
Okay.
because up until this point, the history that where this franchise has had a lot of hit and misses. It had some ups, it's had some downs. Like out of the 4 games that we've played so far, like 2 of them are pretty good. Like one of them I thought was fantastic. It's Directive 8020.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like so with the House of Ashes sort of set up, like sorry, not House of Ashes, but the Dark Pictures anthology set up. Like House of Ashes was sick. I really enjoyed the last one, the Devil in Me. One was, I never finished it, but I quite enjoyed that one. Man of Medan was butt cheeks. The other one, the one that was in, you know, like Alien in
The one that was
the
the one
Sands.
that was in Iran with Ashley Tisdale was terrible. Also.
Yeah, that was also not very fun. So we're not looking good in terms of like the pacing. It's like every second.
Thank you for reminding me why I didn't put that game on my shortlist.
Wasn't Directive 8020 originally supposed to be part of the anthology? And
it is. It still kind of is, but it's the subheading.
Like
it's the subheading rather than the primary, like in the name.
Okay.
So that they've.
I think it's because the games aren't selling. They're just trying to rebrand. And...
Yeah, because I thought it was supposed to be part of the original lot that came out, and then it got.
It was, yeah. After the middling success of the first 4, they took like a break. I think it was originally going to be 4, small break, go again, but they kind of went 4, longer break, maybe they'll kick back in. Look, a lot of this is just hope for me. I think it's kind of fun. There's very few games that deliver that style of game much, for probably good reason. But I'm going to take the shot right down the middle, see where we go. Let's shove. Padge.
Oh, I had one here that I typed into my list, but I think I can still hold it for a bit longer. So I'm going to go with I'm gonna play it a little bit safe here with I've got a real theme. Who'd have thought that I'd keep picking JRPGs? I'm gonna go Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Nice.
Twisted Reflection.
See, I have this on my list as well, but it is in that category of I don't know enough about this branch of Monster Hunter to see whether it would get a good result.
It's a low 80s. Like all of them have been low 80s at this point. But this one's going for a far more mature sort of story. They're looking to go a little bit deeper with some of the systems that they're introducing into the game. And so I'm hopeful that kind of results in a bit of a breakout moment. Honestly, I'm surprised we're even getting a third. Like it took... they put the first one out. That was a DS, maybe 3DS game. It took forever to get a second game in 2021. That was the COVID years, and yet here we are again with a third one. So I'm pretty happy with the fact that this game even exists. But track record wise, I think it's going to serve me pretty well. And Mute's just confirmed for me in the chat that it was the 3DS.
Cool.
But even that, that's potentially 7-8 years between the Switch game and then the 3DS one. So, it's a safe pick because it's coming out real soon and it's likely to get 80 plus.
Fantastic. So next is me. Now, I am not gonna let both you boys take all of the PlayStation exclusives that are coming out this year. All right.
All right. So put Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
That's exactly what I'm putting down. I'm putting Marvel Tokon fucking Fighting Souls, right? You know, Marvel Tokon. So betas have there were closed betas and alphas and shit running around over the year. I did jump into one of them. I think I can't talk about it. I don't remember, but why not? It looks really cool. The what gameplay and stuff out there seems really fun. The team behind it, which is Arc System Works, they have a lot of love and appreciation within the fighting community. I think that is going to give it some either really good love or have it be a real critical concern. As long as they get, if the big fans are reviewing it, etc., etc. But Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls looks cool. I'll put that one in there for me. Max,
Nice.
Your 6th pick.
I am going to go with Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I really hope it fucking comes out this year. Again,
no,
it doesn't.
that feels about right. No,
It
that
doesn't have a, it
that
doesn't
sounds
have a
about
date.
right.
It just says 2026. I don't. It doesn't have a solid date. It just has a this year. The first two games were great. I thoroughly enjoyed them.
I
They are
hate them
solid.
because mice are gross.
They are solid, like 80 games from memory.
They have been, yeah.
So yeah, why not? I know this is like a spin-off to a degree.
It's a
Mm.
prequel,
Yeah, I think it's a prequel to the original games. So yeah,
and Innocence was an 81, Requiem was an 82. So
Yeah,
if it performs somewhere in the ballpark, that's you've kind of gone down the same sort of path with me as Monster Hunter.
yeah.
Excellent. All right, reshuff. Max, you're first again.
Crimson Desert,
Damn it!
motherfucker. I've been following this game for like 3 years.
So for me, the reason I didn't jump on it earlier is I think it's that a little bit of that maybe too good to be true sort of energy coming from it.
Yep.
That's what worries me.
because it looks really fucking good,
Like,
and
not quite mind's eye concern, but like maybe.
yeah. So that's obviously my big concern too. Is it looks absolutely ridiculously good. It hits that because it's an open world RPG, so it's hitting what what was that Capcom game? Dragon's Dogma 2 mixed
Yeah.
with like what the game that I thoroughly enjoyed from last year, where he plays Henry, Kingdom Come
Kingdom
Deliverance.
Come
yeah.
Deliverance.
It's like this mush of those two, and it has the potential to be incredible, but I still don't know how they're making it look so good, and it concerns me that it's all beauty and no substance.
I mean, those who like there was people who played it at Summer Games Fest and all those sorts of things early in the year, and they're all like last year, and they're all saying really good things about it.
Yeah,
So it's just that whether the vertical slices then are a bit misleading.
yeah. And obviously it has a hard, firm release date of March 19th, so
That does help.
it does help.
Padge.
We won't leave Max to be the only person who's picking Xbox games. Halo Campaign Evolved.
Fuck, that was my last round pick. I was gonna do the same thing. Damn.
I have kept my ace up my sleeve, and so far it hasn't blown up in my face. So don't go fucking me now, boys. But I mean, they've confirmed this one is PlayStation Day and Date. It is the big anniversary year for Halo, so I don't think they're going to miss it. It's going to be a tricky one for them because the anniversary date is right in the week of GTA 6.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
So I don't. I feel like they're going to blink and they'll move one way or the other. They go, it's come out the anniversary year, but it's not going to come out day and date or the week of or anything like that. We're not gonna be so foolish that we do something dumb like that. We might put it out in September. And that's or later. I don't know, slip it to December.
We'll probably find out in 10 days.
It's not on that list.
Is it not?
No, it's the 4 games are Fable, Forza Horizon 6. I've forgotten the name of the game now, but the one from Game Freak, the big RPG from Game Freak, the Pokemon devs.
Yeah,
The
the
demonstration
game
that
that
Pokemon's
the
been
game that
held
the
back.
game that proves it. Pokemon's butt cheeks comparatively.
Yeah. And then Tembo the Badass Elephant is another game of theirs, and it's better than most of the Pokemon games.
Excuse me.
And then there's a 4th game, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be Halo. I think that's going to be a mid-year big showcase. I would love to have put Gears in this spot, but I'm less confident that will come out day and date. So Halo Campaign Evolved for me.
I'm gonna take. Where is he? Well, once again, it's also a franchise that I care very little about. It's just not something that's
Piece
ever.
of reincarnation is what it's called.
That's fine, yeah.
It's Danganronpa. No.
No, he was just because that's the Game Freak game. That's the name of it.
Nice. So for me, yes, it's a franchise I've never really given a shit about, but it's in hands of some people that I think have the potential to do something interesting and unique with it. and take it a little different way. And that is what Max was hinting before. It's 007 First
Bond.
Light. Yeah, like IO Interactive, I didn't really dive too heavy into the Hitman world of assassination. I did play a little bit of the one in 2020, I think, and I liked what it could do. And in the same way that I thought Indiana Jones was going to be a weird choice for machine games, I'm hoping that, but I was, proved kind of wrong. Like, I didn't think it was brilliant, but that's just because I don't really care about Indiana Jones. But like the fact that they could do it had me excited. And I think IO kind of has the same energy for me in that I'm curious to see how they take a different IP. Because as far as I can recall, they've done Hitman for a very long time.
Yeah.
And this
Decades.
is their first step away from it. And this has the ability to either go brilliant or go horrendous. And I'll take the pick. Final round,
Nice one.
gents. Padge.
Oh, I kind of wanted to be last just to see if you guys didn't pick my game.
I'm happy to reshove. Max, you want to reshove?
Doesn't bother me.
I'm willing to take the risk and let you guys
take the
go before
risk?
me.
I guarantee I do not have your game.
Max.
The fact that he's tossing and turning makes me think he doesn't have my game, so I'm feeling a little bit more at ease. So I could be about to scream into my new microphone.
I'm gonna go with Mio.
Which one?
Mio?
Oh, Memories in Orbit.
Memories in Orbit.
I
hell
have
is
that
that?
game. Oh. It's been a while since we've been...
So you had that game on your list, was what you're
I
saying?
had that game on my wish list.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's been a
Memories
while
in
since I've done podcasts, eh?
So what is it? What made you want to put it on your list, Padge, and why did you pick it, Max?
Well, it's on my wish list. It's a pretty cool looking Metroidvania.
Yeah, that's it. It's and they have been bangers lately. You look at the likes of what's that?
I mean, Silk Song, right?
Well, yeah, Silksong, but what's that Xbox one?
Ori.
Ori, yeah.
Ori, yeah.
And it gives off a lot of like Ori vibes artistically.
Yeah,
as
which
well
is why
as well as some Hollow Knight vibes.
which is why I was looking at it. It was on. I think it was number 12 on my list because I think I had a list of I had a list of 12. Most of the games have been picked, and I wanted something that was a little bit smaller in scope that will hopefully, come in clutch for me.
I like it. That's good considerations. I certainly haven't heard of it. But that's most games for me, really. Does it have farming in it? No. Is it a Sims game? No. I don't care. Simulation. Fuck the Sims. All right. So it's me, so that Padge can get his final pick. So I had a couple that I'm going to tear through, and I'm not going to.
He's not going to do it.
I'm probably not going to get the one you want. So my choices were do I go High Guard? Because that would be funny.
No, my gun's gonna suck so much, Wang.
That's what I think. Part of me kind of wants to pick it just in case it's fucking fun.
Look,
and
don't get
I
me
doubt
wrong,
it.
I'm gonna play it in 2 weeks' time when it comes out, but it's gonna suck.
We could all be wrong.
That's what I'm saying. That is the absolute fucking risk. That is the risk of a game. You can put it on there and make it really well.
I thought you were like Hail Hydra.
Oh, isn't that good? Didn't that get thingied as well? Yeah, look, I could have brought Mouse PI for Hire from last year. It didn't do well for me there. Maybe it could do for me here, but I'm not going to. Weirdly, last year I made the pick without even it having a release date, and it gave me an 80, and that was WWE 2K25. I could shoot my shot with 26. Hasn't been announced yet, and I can assure you that's not Padge's pick.
Yes.
I mean, the fucking annualized game's gonna come out this year.
Yeah, well, this annualized game's going to happen. Woo.
It's a FC27.
The other one I put on here in consideration but I know it was some people loved it, some people hated it, and that was High on Life 2. So High on Life was hit and miss, but 2, I'm like,
Well, before Padge picks, I'd love to let you know some of my mentions that
Yeah,
were
go
on my
ahead.
list, and then I felt like guilty. I was going to.
Wait, so what'd you pick in the end? Was it High on Life 2?
No, I haven't
No,
picked
no,
yet.
I don't. No.
Oh, you haven't picked. Oh, okay.
So I had on my list June Awakening,
Yeah. Well, it's currently on
And then
PC and all that
and
sort
then I
of stuff.
felt guilty because it's already out and it's like doing pretty banging. So
Yeah.
I'm like, that would have been like too easy of a pick. And the other one was
Because you did ask about expansions as well in our pre-show chat.
yeah,
and
so
you think about Diablo
Diablo
4.
4, Vessel Lord of whatever the fuck,
Lord of Hatred.
Lord of Hatred, because the first one was Vessel of Hatred. What else did I have on there? Where is my list gone? Oh, apparently I closed it. I think the other one was
Blood of Dawnwalker.
no Code. Well, that's on there too.
Oh yeah, Code Vein 2
but
was
Code Vein
the
2
thingy.
because that comes out at the end of the month.
Yeah, like I don't remember Code Vein 1 all that well or how it went, and I didn't put enough immediate thought to actually Google it. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take an absolute shoot, and I'm gonna go with what's its full title? Hang on,
What's its full title?
because I just wrote
Still be
like
good.
2 words. on the
Yakuza
thing.
Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties.
The
No,
Seven Deadly Sins of the anime RPG.
no, I'm going with Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good pick.
Look, I thought,
I think
fuck
that's a really
it.
good pick.
Why not? I think people get really excited about it, and like the trailer looked
That's
really
what I thought you
interesting.
were talking about when you picked 007. I'm like, oh, is he picking Tomb Raider?
Yeah, it's also a franchise that I care somewhat about. As we all know, the great story that I have of my ex-wife giving birth to having in labor when I'm playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and she didn't tell me because she was just like, "You're playing games, it's fine." I'm like, this game fucking is not worth that. This game is fine. It's your labor is much more important. And maybe that could be the same for Legacy of Atlantis. Maybe it's like not bad.
This is like a reboot of one, right?
Yeah, it's a reboot
remake
of
of
one.
one.
Yeah, remake of one. And I think, having people going back to Tomb Raider 1, the biggest challenge with it is its tank controls. Like, the game itself is kind of fun, but it controls like shit. So if they can eliminate that, I think there's a lot of potential for this to do reasonably well. Because people love themselves some Tomb Raider. All right, Padge. This
Right,
mystery 8.
What's this mystery ace that you've been holding on to that none of us are none of us
No,
clearly
that
care about?
none of you claimed. Max, it takes a bit of inspiration from your point before of talking about points like games that have come across, and I could pick that and get the points for it.
Mhm.
Before I do it, I'm going to really drag this out.
What were some other considerations that you
rattle
had?
off all the other games that I considered? So the Sea of Sorrow DLC for Hollow Knight Silksong,
Yeah.
Mixtape, Reanimal,
Oh, yeah.
The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, the latest HD 2D game, Mean
Isn't
of the
that a
Hollower.
Switch exclusive?
No. It's the demo is.
Oh.
Mugenics is the new game from the Binding of Isaac guy that comes out in like a couple
Oh,
weeks. There's a
cool.
lot out of nowhere. I didn't really know anything about it, but suddenly it's getting a lot of buzz in the last week or so. So I'll keep an eye on that. I did reference Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties, Blood of Dawnwalker. I did have Marathon on the list in case I needed to go there.
I did.
Onimusha Way of the
on mine
Sword.
too.
I did reference Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky 2nd, the remake of that one. I did think of Mouse PI for Hire. But what I chose is a game, and this is just for some context of the previous scores of games in this franchise. The first game in the franchise came out in 2020,
Ooh.
and it got a 93.
Oh.
The second game in this franchise came out last year for Nintendo Switch and for PC and got a 95. I'm picking Hades 2 because it's going to come to PlayStation this year.
Fuck! In my head, I was like, it's out. You son of a bitch. That's actually a exceptional pick.
I got the read on the room. Like, I think this thing's going to slip through. I don't think it's been considered. So
It didn't make my list at all. At all. But it's
Do you wanna
interesting
know-
because like
do you
when
wanna
I
know
was,
why it didn't make my list?
why is that?
Because
you don't think they'll do it?
because I've listed my anticipated games of the year and I've already played and done with Hades 2. Because I have it on Switch, so I just didn't even think about it. It's like,
Well, it's
because
interesting
like you said, in my mind, it's out.
That's fair.
'Cause I'm
That's
playing it, like I'm
very
actively
logical.
playing it.
but like I also had the
That
same
wasn't-
stance for Dune Awakening too. And then it wasn't
that
until
was the game that was referenced before. Yeah,
it wasn't until I went, oh shit, that isn't out on consoles yet. That's just out on PC. That I immediately went, oh, I probably should put that on my list.
That's why I was double checking my rules with you guys earlier today as well.
Yeah, because last year I wanted to put Kingdom Come on my list, but we were already playing it at the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is gonna be fucking great, and you're like, fuck off, we're playing it. You can't have it on your list.
Yeah, neither of us picked it. Yeah. We made it pretty clear at the day. We're like, yeah, we can't pick this. We can't tell you why, but we can't pick it. All right, let's go over our list and let's. I'm curious to see what we think of each other's lists, and then obviously what we think of our own list. So, Padge, as you're the last to make your pick, these are your 8 games: GTA 6, Marvel Wolverine, Neo 3, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, Trails Beyond the Horizon, Monster Horizon Stories 3, Halo Campaign Evolved, and Halo and Hades 2. I think that's a pretty solid selection of titles. I think there's some really good safe bets in there. I think GTA 6 would be an absolute killer for you if it does happen to release. Max, your thoughts on Padge's list?
It's a solid list.
It's fucking cool. Shit me, it's good. Crick comes in for his
I've
first
done
draft
more than
with
a few
us.
of these bad boys in the past. I might.
Yeah,
be the
I've only
first
ever
time on
done
a
them with
PopC
Max.
One, but I've done large scale.
I was gonna say, I think I just put way more thought into it than what we have.
Well, my policy with the Player 2 ones back in the day, like there'd be, 7 or 8 of us sometimes, and we'd be picking 5 games each. I'm like, I've got to factor in 40 games in my head here.
Yeah.
And so I had a list of 30 here, which is still more than what we needed because worst case scenario, 24 of my 30 were going to be used. But I kind of went all in. I was like, all right, what in case any of these go, I've got something there. I don't have to try and wing it or smash a panic button. And my hardest moments were going, which of these ones do I get to choose from?
Well, that's where, like, in previous years when we've had, our listener base, like, give us the list for us, which made it even harder. Because like Buddy gave us like 6 indie games the other year. And we're like, how the fuck am I going to pick any of these? But, this year I thought, like, let's just go in a full-blown way and just open it up to anyone. And it has given us, like, an interesting setup. So let's jump over to myself. And my first one was Control Resonant, followed by Resident Evil Requiem, Pragmata, Phantom Blade Zero, Directive 8020, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, 007 First Light, and Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis.
Pretty solid. Like, I think most of those games are going to come out. Of that first round thing with the whole Fable, GTA, and Control. Control's the one that of those 3 that I felt like is the most likely to come out of the 3. So I think it's safe in the sense that like those games should all score for you, and it's just down to quality.
Yeah, like that's where I'm sitting. So as I look at this, I don't think I have any like big monster hitters in the same way that obviously GTA 6 is kind of a doozy. Like if I think the potentially highest scoring game I have on this list could be Requiem. Yeah, but Control then followed by that is probably the 2 that I would consider. But I think I'm in the likelihood of a good upper middle range. I think there's a little bit of consistency in my list. Compared to Max's, which I think is quite tumultuous. Because
I thought we were doing an Xbox draft. I understand the memo, and
everything is an Xbox. But as Max alluded to, this is his list. Coming in first, Fable, followed by Saros, Lords of the Fallen 2, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, Forza Horizon 6. What was it called? What was it? My handwriting sucks.
Are you Requiem? Resonance of Plague
Thank
Tale.
you. Yeah, Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, Crimson Desert, and Memories in Orbit. I think the ones you got some safe bets with like Saros. I think Batman's going to be tight. Horizon should be good as long as it drops. Fable, Crimson Desert. I think there's some concern in those 2 selections.
Yeah, of course.
Pad, your thoughts on Max's list?
No, I think it's a pretty good list as well. I think all of us are kind of with our first round. If one of us is successful with the first round, and the others aren't, that could be the difference between the whole draft. But no, I think some pretty good picks there as well.
Fantastic indeed.
It shows that we've got a real good year of games coming up.
Yeah, and only like some of them don't have dates. They're just 2026. There were some locked in ones, and there's some that we kind of know approximately when they'll be doing.
Did anyone at any point have Avowed on their list?
No, because when I originally made my list, that wasn't announced.
I considered it early today. I'm like, it's like the original release was like high 70s, wasn't it?
Read about.
Yeah, something like that.
So I was like, okay, that's I don't want to be picking games that I think will be in the 70s. I want to be picking games that I think will be 80 or higher.
Exactly.
What did Avowed get? Avowed got 80 on the dot, but
But then again, my understanding is a lot of people have kind of altered their thoughts on Avowed.
Yeah, I think people have soured a bit.
Yeah, and I think that may roll into it in some way. I think there's a lot of new people that will check it out, like myself. Like I'll be keen to mess with it. But
I didn't think much of it when I played it, because I played it on PC when it launched. But yeah, it wasn't my jam.
Yeah. All right. Well, seeing as we are sitting at 2 hours on the dot for the episode, we'll wrap her up there. So Max can head off to work. What we'll do next week is the beginning of the news. We'll just do like a quick bits of like, here's the big bits we've missed. Like, things like Vincent Pella, maybe the PS5, getting jailbroken. What else did we throw in our little news doc that we'll touch upon next week?
Wolfenstein 3, Life is Strange,
3,
the PS5 Hyperpop collection. Controls.
Yeah, we'll touch upon all of them next week, so we can wrap this bad boy up and finish up the year at a not disgustingly long episode. And yeah, Max has to head off to work probably 12 minutes ago.
Something like that.
Something like
That's right.
that. All right, beautiful, Max. You know what you're doing.
Alrighty, everybody. This PlayStation conversation happens every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you'd like to take part in future conversations with us, you can. Check out our socials: Facebook, Discord, Instagram, X. Those links can be found in the description below.
If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopcultures, where you can watch us record this show live, where you can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation Pod. If you are listening to us on podcast services, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and a written review. Watch us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, comment below. I endeavor to answer every single comment. And if you want to support us financially, you can. Patreon.com/thepopculturists. But until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And I'm Paul James.
See you then. I can't lose again. It's been interesting. It's been 1-1-1-1. Like Max wins, I win. Max win, I win. I'm very curious to see how that cycle breaks.